Hello, good morning, all of you. Today, our topic is boiling. What do you know about boiling? Boiling is also very simple concept. So, how it is possible to explain? For example, in your house, we are observing every day, early morning, your mother preparing tea. So, while if it is placed on that stove, because of heating, that tea is boiling. So, boiling is nothing but a liquid phase changes into gaseous phase. Liquid phase changes into gaseous phase. How is it possible to explain about this boiling in detail? For this one, once again, we want to conduct one simple activity. Take one glass beaker and it is filled with water. Filled with water. Then it is placed on a Bunsen burner or spirit lamp. Then we can apply heat. Here, if you insert one laboratory thermometer, and you can observe the temperature every 2 minutes. You can observe the temperature every 2 minutes. What you have to understood? Here, if you observe, the temperature levels are gradually increases. How much they are increasing? They are continuously increasing, or somewhere it can stop. If you observe at a particular place, at a particular time, if the temperature reaches up to 100 degrees Celsius, thermometer reading will stop. Why? The particularly 100 degrees Celsius it is stopped because boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. 100 degrees Celsius. How is it possible to explain? Here, while heating, we can observe water bubbles also formed in that bottom of the glass beaker or sides of the glass beaker. Inside the bottom of the glass beaker or inside sides of the glass beaker. This is simply called as boiling. But how is it possible to explain? What is the mechanism involved here? What is the mechanism involved here? The mechanism is, do you know, water is one of the solvent. It is also called as universal solvent. Why water is called as universal solvent? Water is called as universal solvent because most of the all substances must and should be dissolved in water. That's why water is called as universal solvent. It is also used in industries as a solvent. When you are heating this water consisting of some impurities, like different types of gases. Water consisting of two types of gases. Those are nothing but hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen and oxygen. If any liquid or water is heated, its solubility is reduces. Solubility is reduces. It is also very important concept. What happens if you heat water or any liquid? Its solubility. Its solubility is reduces or decreases. First of all, what is solubility? Solubility is nothing but, solubility is defined as the amount of solute in grams dissolving 100 ml of solution at constant temperature. This means in given solution, how much of solute is dissolved. I think we already learned in our lower standard, solution is nothing but solute and solute plus solvent. What is solute? Solute is a little or less amount of the substance. What about solvent? Solvent is the larger amount of the substance in that given solution. Totally, solution is nothing but solute plus solvent. When you are heating this water, its solubility is reduces because of saturated gases, because solubility of gases are reduced. That's why the air is saturated and bubbles are formed in that glass beaker. Bubbles are formed in that glass beaker. There is also one more condition. Evaporation of water molecules from the surrounding also create the formation of bubbles. The formation of bubbles. If you observe the bubbles in that glass beaker, they are moving bottom to top. They are moving from bottom to top. Why they are moving bottom to top? Because from bottom side we are applying heat with the help of Bunsen burner or spirit lamp. Due to this, pressure is increases, automatically temperature is increases. We are applying more temperature. Similarly, more pressure is formed. The pressure inside the bubble must and should be equal to pressure outside the bubble. Then these two are equal. Then this air bubble is burst. If air bubble is reaches surface and from here it is burst. If it is burst means immediately that steam entered in our atmosphere. Already this is liquid. While heating, temperature is increases. Simultaneously, pressure also increases. If pressure is, we already discussed, the pressure inside the air bubble must and should be equal to surrounding atmosphere pressure, then that bubble is burst. That air bubble is burst. If air bubble is burst, automatically what happened? That steam which is present in that bubble entered in our atmosphere. Means it can changes into gaseous state. So like this process is continuously giving, because we are continuously applying or supplying heat with the help of Bunsen burner or spirit lamp. The molecules or the particles which are present in that air bubble burst and steam or gases entered in our atmosphere. So finally, what we are going to tell about the definition, boiling is the process. Boiling is the process where liquid phase changes into gaseous phase at a constant temperature at a given pressure. Here, constant temperature is very important here. We already discussed last session evaporation. In that evaporation, same process, liquid phase changes into gaseous phase, but any temperature. But here in boiling, at a constant temperature. So once again, we want to tell about the definition of boiling. Boiling is the process where liquid phase changes into gaseous phase at a constant temperature at a given pressure. That point is called, that point of temperature is called boiling point. Boiling point. Simply it is called as BP, boiling point. Okay, here everybody must and should have some doubts in your mind. Sir, what is the main difference between evaporation and boiling? What is the main difference? What is the main difference? Evaporation takes place at any temperature. At any temperature. But boiling takes place at a constant temperature. At a constant temperature. Actually, there are so many differences. This is surface phenomenon. Evaporation is the surface phenomenon, whereas boiling is the bulk phenomenon. Evaporation takes place at any temperature, but boiling takes place at constant temperature. But here the main difference is, for expecting for half mark or 1 mark, what is the main difference between evaporation and boiling? This is the answer. Evaporation takes place at any temperature, but boiling takes place at constant temperature. What is the similarity? What is the similarity of these two? Similarity is nothing but liquid phase changes into gas. Here also liquid phase changes into gas. This is the similarity. But what is the main difference means? Evaporation takes place at any temperature, but boiling takes place at a constant temperature. Their units are same. And next one, here we want to ask one question. What about that question? That question is, we are continuously applying heat energy with the help of Bunsen burner or spirit lamp. Already the boiling point of water reaches 100 degrees Celsius. But we are continuously applying heat. Where this heat goes? Where this heat goes? That is nothing but latent. What is the meaning of latent? Hidden. And this heat is called latent heat. Latent heat means hidden heat. So this heat is not able to absorb, but it can present internally. That's why it is called as hidden. So here in this concept we want to explain about one of the most important definition. Latent heat of vaporization. Latent heat of vaporization. Latent heat of vaporization. What is latent heat of vaporization? What is it? Latent heat of vaporization. What is latent heat of vaporization? Here we want to discuss about the definition of latent heat of vaporization. The amount of heat energy is required to raise the temperature of or to change the temperature of 1 gram of water. 1 gram of water completely changes into gas state. Latent heat of vaporization is defined as the amount of heat energy is required to change 1 gram of water to completely into gas state at constant temperature. What is the formula for latent heat of vaporization? L is equal to Q by M. This is the formula. L is equal to Q by M. Here we want to take in the units in a CGS system. L is equal to Q means quantity of heat. That's why here we want to take in calorie. Mass gram. Calorie by gram is the CCS unit of latent heat, either vaporization or fusion. So CCS unit of latent heat of vaporization, L is equal to calorie by gram. In SI unit, L is equal to joule by kg. Joule by kg. So what is the SI unit of latent heat of vaporization? Joule by kg. What is the CCS unit of latent heat of vaporization? Calorie by gram. So here also one most important bit. What is the latent heat value of water? Latent heat of vaporization of water value. Latent heat of vaporization of water value, it is 540 calorie by gram. 540 calorie by gram. So what is the latent heat of vaporization of water value? It is nothing but 540 calorie by gram. So it is most important half mark question. So, and what about our next concept? So in this session we already discussed about boiling definition, boiling point of water. So what about the boiling point of water? Boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. Now this value changes into Kelvin. It is nothing but 100 plus 273, that equal to 373 Kelvin. So boiling point of water means 100 degrees Celsius. If there is no 100 degrees Celsius means we want to take in, we want to observe Kelvin value. This Kelvin value is 373 Kelvin. And after this one, the most important session, it is also one of the most important one, melting point or melting. What is melting? What do you know about melting? How is it possible to explain? Melting also very important. It is also observed in our daily life. How, sir? If you place some of the ice cubes in open side, then immediately after few minutes we can observe that the ice cubes are melt and it can convert it into water. And sometime I think all of you have deep freeze. All of you place some substances or some items in freeze like milk, etc. If you take a milk packet, first of all it is in solid state. When it is placed outside, automatically you can observe that solid state simply converted into liquid state. So this melting we want to learn very important. So that's why we want to introduce one of the most important concept. It is nothing but melting. How is it possible to explain about melting? For this one also we can discuss with an activity. First of all, we want to take one beaker. In that beaker we want to place some ice cubes. And you also insert one laboratory thermometer. And we can observe it is also placed on tripod stand and it starts to heating with the help of Bunsen burner or spirit lamp. So what happened here? We can observe the temperature every 1 minute. Whereas in boiling process we can observe the temperature every 2 minutes. So if you can observe the temperature here every 1 minute, what you have to understand? First of all, ice cubes temperature is in minus values, -4 degrees, -2 degrees Celsius. If you are start to heating, then what happened? Its temperature is reaches to 0 degrees Celsius. Its temperature is changes into 0 degrees Celsius. If you are applying continuously heat, you can observe one of the ice cube is melt. You can observe second ice cube is melt. But what about the temperature? The temperature in the thermometer is 0 degrees Celsius. You can observe third one also changes into liquid state, but the temperature is 0 degrees Celsius. And we have to observe that all ice cubes are changes into water. It can maintain the temperature is only 0 degrees Celsius. Why it is changes 0 to only maintain 0 degrees Celsius? Actually, if you heat any substance on stove or spirit lamp, you can observe the temperature levels are gradually increases. But in that ice cubes, the temperature levels maintain only 0 degrees Celsius. Why it is maintained 0 degrees Celsius? What is the mechanism involved here? Let us explain here. For here we already placed ice cubes. Ice cubes temperature, it is very less in starting position. And I already told its temperature is minus degree Celsius. If you are start heating, what happened? Its internal energy of the ice molecules increases. Internal energy of the ice cubes are increases. Then we are applying this heat. The total heat is utilized to weaken the bonds in water molecule. We already told water molecule formula H2O, and it consisting of its structure is OH. This is also called OH and OH. This bond angle is 104 degrees 31 minutes, and its shape is V shape or angular. V shape or angular. So in that water molecule, here ice cubes are converted into water, but you can applying temperature more and more. That temperature is utilized to weak these bonds, to weak these OH bonds in that water molecule. That's why internal energy between the ice cubes or between the molecules gradually increases. So finally what happened? Here the solid phase changes into liquid phase. Here also we can observe the temperature is 0 degrees Celsius. It is also constant temperature. That's why melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius. Melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius. Then how is it possible to explain about the definition of melting and melting point? Melting is the process where solid phase changes into liquid phase at constant temperature at a given pressure. That point of temperature is called melting point. What is the melting point of ice? Melting point of ice or melting point of water, it is nothing but 0 degrees Celsius or 273 Kelvin. In your option, there is no 0 degrees Celsius. We must and should observe another option. It is nothing but 273 Kelvin. Here also we want to maintain latent heat. What is latent heat? We already tell. What about that one? Latent heat is nothing but hidden heat. So we are applying this heat, totally it can hidden. So that energy is utilized to increase the molecule, to increase the energy between the molecules and the ice cubes. So latent heat, here we want to take latent heat of fusion. Latent heat of fusion, once again, here the same definition we want to applicable. The amount of heat energy is required to convert 1 gram of solid completely changes into liquid at constant temperature. Before that one, we already discussed about latent heat of vaporization. Latent heat of vaporization means the amount of heat energy is required to convert 1 gram of liquid completely converted into gaseous phase at constant temperature. Here, latent heat of fusion is defined as the amount of heat energy is required to convert 1 gram of solid completely into liquid at constant temperature. So what about the formula? Formula is same, L is equal to Q by M, which we already discussed. What is the latent heat of fusion of ice value? This is most important bit. Latent heat of fusion of ice value 80 calorie by gram. Whereas we already discussed the latent heat of vaporization of water value 540 calorie by gram, and here latent heat of fusion of ice value is 80 calorie by gram. And after that, for an examination, it is very important, and we already discussed here latent heat of vaporization of water value. It is nothing but 540 calorie. So here melting also we already discussed. Boiling completed, melting completed, and one more important topic, it is nothing but freezing. What do you know about freezing? If you place water in a freeze, after few hours it can changes into solid phase. And you might observe in winter season coconut oil converted into semi-solid. Why it takes place? If you observe ghee, it is also in solid state. Liquid changes into solid state. So here freezing is nothing but simple one is liquid phase changes into solid phase. If solid phase changes into liquid phase means it is melting. But here liquid phase changes into solid phase. How is it possible? What happened here? If you take some ice cubes, first of all you can place water in that freeze. What about its temperature of water? The temperature of water is more. But if you place this water in a freeze, what happened? This temperature is gradually decreasing. So, while freezing, internal energy of ice molecules decreases. But in melting, internal energy increases, but in freezing, internal energy decreases. That is the important one. Why it decreases? Because it may lose some energy. It may lose some heat energy. Simply, how is it possible to explain about this definition of freezing? What is the definition of freezing here? For example, if you take in some water, milk, or whatever it may be, if you place inside that freeze, simply you can observe within 2 hours, especially in a deep freeze. After 2 hours, you can observe that liquid phase changes into solid phase. But what is the simple concept here? It may lose heat energy. So we want to discuss about the definition. Freezing is nothing but the liquid phase changes into solid phase by losing of some energy. By losing of some heat energy is called freezing. Freezing of ice or water also 0 degrees Celsius. Freezing of ice or water also 0 degrees Celsius or 273 Kelvin at a given atmosphere. And sometimes this freezing is also reduces to minus values. But How is it possible to explain? How is it possible to explain about this freezing? This freezing also we can explain by using of one simple activity. So for that activity what we required? For this activity what we required? We required here one glass bottle. We want to take in one glass bottle. We want to take in one glass bottle, and it is filled, completely filled with water, completely filled with water, and it is tightly fixed with the lid, tightly fixed with the lid, tightly fixed with the lid. Then this glass bottle is placed in a deep freeze, deep freeze. After 2 hours or 3 hours, you can observe that same bottle. What you have to observe? If you remove from that freeze, we can easily observe that that bottle is broken. Why it is broken? Why it is broken? It is broken because of while freezing, liquid changes into solid. In that process, that liquids are expand, that water is expand, but there is no gap in that one. That's why what happened? It want to tries to come out, but there is no gap. That's why the bottle will burst. So from this concept, what you have to understood? Liquids are expand on freezing. Liquids are expand on freezing. Liquids are expand on freezing. How is it possible to explain with an activity? So we want to write this activity. Take one glass bottle and it is completely filled with water, and it is tightly, lid is fixed tightly. It is placed into the deep freeze. After 2 hours or 3 hours, we want to open, means we want to take in that bottle from that freeze. Then you can observe that the bottle will break in. Why it is broken? Because of, we already discussed, liquids are expand on freezing. There is no gap to expand. That's why that bottle will burst. So from this one, we have to understood that liquids are expand on freezing. If you place ice cubes on water, what happened? These ice cubes are floats on water or dip in that water or immersed in that water. If you place some ice cubes, it is also normal example we already observed in your house. If you take some ice cubes and they are dropped into the water, you can observe that that ice cubes are float on surface of water. Why they are floating? It is also most important half-mark question. Why ice cubes are floats on water? Why ice cubes are floats on water? Suppose this is water, and if you place ice cubes, these ice cubes are float on water. Why? Why they are float on water? So we already told ice cubes have less density than water. Ice cubes have less density. Ice cubes have less density. That's why they are float on water. It is also writes as density of water is more than ice cubes. So whatever it may be, what is the simple question we will expect here? Why ice cubes are floats on water? Ice cubes are floats on water because density of ice cubes less than density of water, or density of water is more than ice cubes. It is also very important concept. So after that, we want to discuss about one of the important problem. What about the problem? The problem is how much heat energy is required of 12 grams of ice change at -10 degrees Celsius to -10 degrees Celsius to vapor at 100 degrees Celsius. How much of a heat energy is required of 12 grams of ice change at -10 degrees Celsius to vapor at 100 degrees Celsius? Vapor at 100 degrees Celsius. Vapor at 100 degrees Celsius. So once again, what is our problem? How much of heat energy is required of 12 grams of ice change at -10 degrees Celsius to vapor at 100 degrees Celsius? This problem also, how much of heat energy is required of 12 grams of ice changes at -10 degrees Celsius to water vapor at 100 degrees Celsius. Here there are four phases in solution. First of all, stage 1. Stage 1. Heat energy is required to change -10 degrees Celsius to 0 degrees Celsius. Heat energy is required to change -10 degrees Celsius to 0 degrees Celsius. So this is the first stage. So what about the mass? What about the mass of that ice? 12 grams. What about S? Specific heat of ice? 1/2. 1/2 or 0.5 calorie by gram degree Celsius. Next one we want to take in delta T. Delta T is nothing but 0 minus of -10. Because 0 is the more temperature than -10 degrees Celsius. Simply we want to write here what is the formula? Q1 is equal to Ms delta T. What about M here? 12. What about the specific heat of ice? 1/2. And what about the temperature? -0 minus of -10. Simply it can write as 12 into 1/2 into minus of minus plus 10. 2 ones, 2 fives. 12 fives are 60. 60 calories. So how much of ice you have taken here? 12 grams of ice. And also what about the latent heat of or specific heat of ice? 0.5. It is important. And what about the temperature? 0 to -10. So minus of minus plus, so it is nothing but 10. So 2 ones, 2 fives, so 12 fives are 60 calories. And what about stage 2? Stage 2. Stage 2. Heat energy is required. Heat energy is required to change zero degrees of ice into 0 degrees water. This is second stage. In first stage we already told the heat energy is required to change -10 degrees Celsius to 0 degrees Celsius. It is nothing but ice only. Then here what about here? Heat energy is required to change 0 degrees of ice changes into water. So here what we discussed, I already told. What about the M? M is 12 grams. What about L? Here L means latent heat of fusion of ice value. Latent heat of fusion of ice. So what about this value? This value is 80 calorie by gram. So what about the formula here? Q2 is equal to ml. What about m? M is the 12, and what about L? 80. So 12 8 96, 960 calories. So second stage is also completed. How is it possible to get second stage? How much of heat energy is required to change 0 degrees ice into 0 degrees water, and m equal 12 grams, so L equal to latent heat of fusion of ice, because here we want to take an ice, it is 80 calorie by gram. So what is our formula? Q2 is equal to m into L, 12 into 80, that equal to 960 calories. And after that stage 3. Stage 3. Here required heat energy to convert 0 degrees water to 100 degrees water. Second stage, 0 degrees of ice into 0 degrees water. Here third stage, 0 degrees of water into 100 degrees water. So what is the formula? Here once again, what is m? M is the 12 grams. And what about the S? Specific heat of water value, 1 calorie by gram. And delta T is 100 minus 0. Once again here we want to use the formula Q3 is equal to ms delta T. What about m? 12. What about S? 1. What about delta T? 100 minus 0, 100. It is simply 1200 calories. 1200 calories. So we already discussed about stage 1, stage 2 and stage 3. Now we are going to discuss about stage 4. It is very important, 4 more question. Stage 4. Here also required heat energy change 100 degrees water to 100 degrees water vapor. So from this one we want to write once again m equal to 12 grams, S equal to 1, because specific heat of water value 1. Similarly, so there is no need here specific heat because both are here 100 and 100. So we want to take an L. L is nothing but we already told latent heat of vaporization of water. This value is 540 calorie by gram, because here the total liquid 100 degrees Celsius to changes into vapor. So we want to require here water vapor. So latent heat of water vapor we already taken here. Latent heat of vaporization of water value, it is nothing but 540 calorie by gram. Then You want to write once again the formula Q4 is equal to ML. Here M equal to 12 and L equal to 540. It is simply writes as, we can simply multiplication here, 12 0 0, 12 4 48, 12 5 60, 64. Totally 6480 calories. So totally here how many stages? Minus 10 degrees Celsius to changes into water vapor of water. So that's why totally here how many stages? Here it consisting of totally 4 stages. Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3 plus Q4. How, sir? How is it possible? Explain. Simply here first ice minus 10 to 0 degrees. This is one stage. Second, ice 0 degrees Celsius to water 0 degrees Celsius. This is second one. And third one, water 0 degrees Celsius to water 100 degrees Celsius. This is third one. And fourth one is water 100 degrees Celsius to water vapor 100 degrees Celsius. So this is stage 1, this is stage 2, this is stage 3, and this is stage 4. So we want to require total heat energy. Total heat energy is required of 12 grams of ice changes minus 10 degrees Celsius to water vapor at 100 degrees Celsius. Simply that is equal to Q. Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3 plus Q4. So what about the Q1? We already discussed here. Q1 value is 60. Q1 is 60. So we want to write here 60 calories. What about Q2? Here Q2 equal to 960 calories. 960 calories. What about Q3? Once again we want to take in here Q3, 1200 calories. 1200 calories. And what about Q4? Q4 is here 6480. 6480 calories. Now we want to add all these. How is it possible to add here? 60, 960, 1200, 6480. 0, 6 plus 6, 12, 12 plus 8, 20. Here 4 plus 2, 6, 6 plus 2, 8, 8 plus 9, 17. Next 8, 6 plus 7 plus 1, 8700. Totally 8700 calories. So we required here totally 8700 calories are required, that heat energy, to convert 12 grams of ice from minus 10 degrees Celsius to vapor at 100 degrees Celsius. So finally, this is also very important 4 marks problem. That's why everybody must and should practice. The total value is 8,700 calories. It is also very important 4 marks sum. This is also one of the example problem given in our textbook. Same this type of question in our practice. 6th question is also very important. Similarly, like that problem only this. So this model is very important, we can expect. So once again, we want to recall what we already discussed in this session. So listen carefully. First of all, today we already started boiling. Boiling is very important concept. Boiling is simple definition is liquid phase changes into gaseous phase. And for that, the mechanism, what is the mechanism involved here? We already discussed. Take one beaker and fill it with water. Then it is placed on a tripod stand. Then it is heated with the help of the Bunsen burner and place one laboratory thermometer, and we can observe the temperature every 2 minutes. So we can observe here every 2 minutes the temperature level gradually increasing. But this temperature is not further increases. It can reach at 100 degrees Celsius, then it can stop. Why it is stopped? Because the boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. What is the mechanism? We already discussed here. In a water is universal solvent, it consisting of some impurities and gases. If you heat any solute, any solution or water, its solubility is decreases, solubility of gases is decreases, and saturated that condition gases or what air bubbles are formed in that beaker. What because of water vapor from the surroundings due to high temperature also causes to form air bubbles. These air bubbles are traveling from bottom to top, and the pressure inside the air bubble must and should be equal to the pressure outside. Then only the air bubble bursts and that steam is converted into air. So like this process takes, and also here we want to take in water consisting of hydrogen and oxygen, but it is not balanced equation. That's why here we want to place 2H2O gives rise to 2H2 plus O2. This is the balanced equation. This means water consisting of hydrogen and oxygen gases. And we already told solution is nothing but a solute and a solvent. Solute is the less and the solvent is the more component. So finally, boiling point, we can explain the definition. Boiling is the process where liquid phase changes into gaseous phase at constant temperature at a given pressure. The point of temperature is called boiling point. So we already discussed evaporation. Evaporation and boiling, both are not same, but definition is quite different, but their units are same. Their liquid phase changes into gaseous phase also same, but what is the difference here? Evaporation takes place at any temperature, but boiling takes place at a constant temperature. That is the main difference. And after that, latent heat of vaporization. Latent means hidden, because we already applying so much of heat, but where this heat is went, we don't know. Where this heat goes, that heat is hidden inside the liquid. So that hidden is nothing but here latent. So here we want to learn about latent heat of vaporization. What is the definition of latent heat of vaporization? Latent heat of vaporization is defined as the amount of heat energy is required to change 1 gram of water completely into gas at a constant temperature. So latent heat L equal to formula Q by M. L is equal to Q by M. And we want to write CCS unit L is equal to calorie by gram, because quantity of heat calorie, M equal to gram, calorie by gram. In SI unit, joule by kg, joule by kg. So here what is the most important one? What is the latent heat of vaporization of water value? It is nothing but 540 calorie by gram. And boiling point of water 100 degrees Celsius. It is also writes as change into Kelvin. 100 plus 273, it is nothing but 373 Kelvin. So it is very important concept. Our next concept is melting. We already discussed about melting. How it is. Once again we want to recall. We want to take in some ice cubes in that glass beaker and also place one laboratory thermometer. And this is heated with the help of spirit lamp or Bunsen burner. At starting level the temperature levels in -°C, but while heating the ice cubes are melted one by one, and if you observe the temperature is maintained 0°C. Why it is maintained 0°C? Because if you apply heat energy, that heat energy is used to increase the heat energy or increase the internal energy between the ice molecules. Increase the internal energy, that is the important concept. And after that, we know we are applying large amount of heat. But where this heat is used, that heat energy increase the internal energy of the molecules. And also that is also used to break the OH bonds in water molecule. We already told water molecule structure, and bond angle is 104 degrees 31 minutes, and its shape is V shape or angular. And here what is the definition of melting? Melting is the process where solid phase changes into liquid phase at constant temperature, means at 0°C. 0°C is nothing but 273 Kelvin. For this one, here also we can explain latent heat of fusion. Fusion is nothing but a melting point. What about the definition of latent heat of fusion? Latent heat of fusion is defined as the amount of heat energy is required to convert 1 gram of solid completely into liquid at a constant temperature. Once again, what is the formula of latent heat of fusion? L is equal to Q by M, same, units are same, calorie by gram, joule by kg. Latent heat of fusion of ice value is 80 calorie by gram. It is also very important bit. Next concept is freezing. What is freezing? Freezing is nothing but liquid phase changes into solid phase. It is quite reverse of melting. Melting is solid to liquid, but freezing is liquid to solid. And also here, what is the definition? Freezing is defined as where liquid phase changes into solid phase by losing of some heat energy. That is the main concept. If you place ice cubes, if you place water in that freeze, it will changes into ice cubes. So what about the internal energy? Here internal energy increases internal energy in that melting. But here the internal energy between the ice molecules decreases. In freezing, internal energy decreases, whereas in melting, internal energy increases. And temperature of that one is 0°C. And here we already discussed liquids are expand on freezing. Why they are expand? How is it possible to expand? Let us explain with an activity. Take one water bottle, glass bottle, and fill it with water completely, and it is fitted with one cork or lid tightly. Then it is placed into a deep freeze. After 2 hours or 3 hours, you want to open. Then what you have to observe? If you take in that bottle from the freeze, what you have to observe? We have to observe that bottle breaken or will breaken. Why it is breaken? Because we already placed water. This water changes into solid state. While there it is changes into freezing, it must and should occupies more volume. But there is no volume in that glass. That's why it's breaking. So where we want to use this, where we can see this one, if you observe, if you take in cool drink bottles like Thumbs Up, Maaza, Pepsi bottles, glass bottles. If you observe, they given a little gap inside that. If there is no gap, what happened? Because of freezing, the total bottles are burst. To avoid this, they want to use some gap in that glass bottle or plastic bottle. So it is our lively example. And after that, why the ice is floats on water? Ice is the floats on water because the density of ice is less than density of water. What about the density? In lower standard you already learned. Density is defined as mass by volume. mass by volume. Density is defined as mass by volume. And water density is more, whereas ice density is less. That's why ice cubes are floats on the water. And finally, there is one important, most important problem. How much of heat energy is required of 12 grams of ice changes at minus 10 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius. The mass of the ice is here 12 degrees. The initial temperature of ice is minus 10 degrees Celsius. Now it is changes into water vapor at 100 degrees Celsius. So here 4 stages are involved. We want to take in first stage. Heat energy is required to change to minus 10 degrees ice to 0 degrees ice. So here also mass equal to 12 grams, S equal to 1 by 2, means specific heat of ice value 1 by 2 or 0.5 calorie by gram. Here delta T changes from 0 degrees Celsius to minus 10 degrees Celsius, minus 10 degrees Celsius to 0 degrees Celsius. That's why what is the formula here? Q1 equal to M into S delta T. M equal to 12 into S 1 by 2 into delta T 0 minus of minus 10 degree. That equal to 12 into 1 by 2 into minus of minus plus 10, 2 1s to 2 5s, 12 5s to 60 calories. And this is a stage 1. What about the stage 2? Heat energy is required to change 0 degrees of ice into 0 degrees of water. Once again here we want to take M equal to 12 grams, L equal to latent heat of fusion of ice. This value is 80 calorie. Why? Here melting takes place. That's why here we want to take in latent heat of fusion 80 calorie by gram. So Q2 is equal to here formula ml, m equal to 12 grams and L equal to 80 grams. 12 8s 96, so 0 960 calories. This is second stage. And what about the third stage? 0 degrees water changes into 100 degrees Celsius of water. 100 degrees of Celsius of water. So required heat energy convert 0 degrees Celsius water to 100 degrees Celsius of water. So here once again M equal to 12 grams, S equal to 1 calorie by gram, delta T equal to 100 minus 0, and finally Q3 is equal to MS delta T. Because here mass is there, specific heat is there, temperature is there. So among all these terms, Q3 is equal to MS delta T. Here M equal to del, S equal to 1, because specific heat of water value is 1 calorie by gram into delta T equal to 100 minus 0, that equal to 100. 12 into 1 into 100, that equal to 1200 calories. And finally stage 4, water is there at 100 degrees Celsius, but we required water vapor. That's why heat energy is required to change 100 degrees of water at 100 degrees of water vapor. It is nothing but vaporization. That's why here M equal to, we want to take in 12 grams. Next latent heat of vaporization of water value 540 calorie by gram. By using of same, Q4 is equal to ml, that equal to 12 into 540, that equal to 6480 calorie. 6480 calorie. 12 0 0, 12 4s 48, 4 8, 12 5s 60, 60 plus 4 64. And finally here how many stages? We already discussed 4 stages. Minus 10 degrees Celsius to 0 degrees Celsius, stage 1. 0 degrees Celsius to 0 degrees Celsius of water, stage 2. 0 degrees Celsius of water changes into 100 degrees of water, it is stage 3. Water at 100 degrees Celsius to water vapor at 100 degrees Celsius, it is stage 4. So we can combine all these, then only we can get the total energy is required of 12 grams of ice changes minus 10 degrees Celsius to water vapor at 100 degrees Celsius. Q is equal to, the total sum means Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3 plus Q4, that equal to 60 calorie plus 960 calorie plus 1200 calorie plus 6480 calorie. That is total is nothing but here all zeros 0. Here 6 plus 6 12, 12 plus 8 20. Here 9 plus 2 11, 11 plus 2 13, 13 plus 4 17, 6 plus 1 7, 7 plus 1 8, totally 8700 calories. So this is the most important problem, and this topic is very important. So okay, thank you all of you.